Hey, Jake, I'm just going to do a quick intro as well.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oops. All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today at our virtual college fair. This is the Tennessee Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers virtual college fair. Thank you all for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use, these are for the attendees, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras are off and your mics are off as well, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening today, so be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within a few days at strivescan.com/Tennessee. Excellent. Yeah. Savannah, yes, Savannah does go after Kennesaw. Yep, that is correct. Cool. All right, Jake, you can take it away.
All right. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm going to share my screen here so we can all see the presentation I've got real quick. I've got a couple of minutes here. So my name is Jake Gibson. I'm an admissions recruiter for the University of Alabama. I am based here in Tuscaloosa, and I oversee our transfer student recruitment here at UA, but I will dive into it a little bit further and say that we do have two recruiters that cover the state of Tennessee. So this may be some faces that you are more familiar with. Over in West Tennessee, we have Michelle Keisel. And then over in Nashville, Stacy Hall resides in Nashville, but she covers Middle and East Tennessee for the University of Alabama. So just some quick facts about the university on the screen that you see listed there. Founded in 1831. Actually, today, April the 12th, is our founding date. So we are officially 190 years old as of today. Located, again, I mentioned earlier, in Tuscaloosa, 38,000 students, over 200 different programs of study at UA. About 40% of our students are from Alabama, and we have over 700 National Merit enrolled scholars here at the university. Visiting campus is always a good idea, so we encourage everybody to come and visit us, whether it be in person or virtually. Some links are listed there on the screen, and I can throw some of that stuff in the chat as well as we go through this. But we definitely encourage you to connect with the university in various ways, and definitely come and see us too. That's always a good thing as well. As far as admission requirements go, once you complete 24 hours of transferable coursework, we ask that you have at least a 2.0 college GPA. That's all we require for admission purposes to the university. If you're coming in with less than 24 hours, we do ask to see your final high school work, which at this time does also include test scores. The university is test optional at the moment, but again, as of right now, for the second, transfers are requiring test scores. That may change, but right now that's where we stand. The admission process is pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. You fill out the application online. There's a $40 application fee, and then you'll submit all your official transcripts and documents depending on your situation. Ideally, we'd like to have everything in before March the 1st. If you're looking to start with us in the fall or the summer, if you're starting with us in the spring semester, October 1 is the priority deadline for admission there. As far as scholarship eligibility goes, we require at least a 3.5 overall college GPA and 45 hours of transferable semester hours. And also, you must not have enrolled at any other four-year institution after graduating from high school. Transfer scholarship awards specifically for students coming from out of state. We do have competitive scholarships that cover various things. The Capstone Transfer Scholarship covers the difference between in-state and out-of-state tuition. So it is a scholarship that's about $18,000 worth per year for up to 2 years. Phi Theta Kappa is another great opportunity. We do have the PTK Capstone Scholarship, which is an additional $6,000. And then also the Roll Tide Transfer Scholarship is a little bit of a different scholarship opportunity for us that only requires 15 hours and above versus waiting around till the 45 hours. Students who are unable to make it to the university here in Tuscaloosa also have the opportunity to do our Bama by Distance programs, which are our online programs. There are various amount of programs. However, not all programs are offered online through Bama by Distance, but that is something that I encourage everybody to check out. And if you're looking at the distance program, scholarships are separate. There's a total separate box for those scholarships there. And then in my final slide here, what I'm going to show you different opportunities for the transferability of credits. If you want to make sure that your transfer credits or your credits that you're taking are transferable to the university, that information can be found on our registrar's page. The cost of attendance, all of that information is currently on the website as of right now. Of course, that will update this summer going into next academic year. Lots of opportunities to get involved as well. Student programs and initiatives, FYE, the First Year Experience Office, Career and Military Veterans Affairs. The Source is our list of over 600 different clubs and organizations at the university. So again, we definitely want you to make sure that you're connecting and seeing all these things. Also too, we do not require transfer students to live on campus, but that is definitely still an option. So we have a great website for our on and our off-campus housing opportunities at the university. So I definitely encourage you to check all of those out. And as I mentioned, I'm going to throw some of these things in the chat as well. And I know I'm getting close to my time here, so definitely follow us on social media. Reach out to your recruiter if you have any additional questions, and I'm happy to continue this after we get done here. So thank you. And roll tide.
Thank you, Jake. Excellent. All right. We have Birmingham-Southern College. Sydney, thank you for joining us.
Are you able to see my screen? I think we can see it now. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
All right. Hi, my name is Sydney Solomon. I'm an admissions counselor at Birmingham-Southern College. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about BSC today. So we are a small private liberal arts institution. We have about 1,200 students on campus. The average class size is about 16. So we have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. So it's really easy to engage and know your professor. So even though we're a small school, we still offer athletics on our campus, and we have student organizations. We're also known as the CTCL school. So we're a school that's called, one of the colleges that changes lives. So if you're interested in a small private liberal arts institution, or if the CTCL brand is something that you've heard of, definitely research some more about us. We have 50 defined areas of studies, majors, minors, and distinctions. The most popular programs that we have on our campus are highlighted here. So business, education, pre-health, pre-law, and psychology. So our curriculum is a little bit different than what you might find at other institutions. Rather than taking a whole list of classes to take, we have our explorations curriculum. And so we want to make sure that our students are able to effectively communicate, creatively problem solve, engage with others, and connect different ideas to one central idea. It breaks it down in the creative problem solving unit. The obvious choice for creative problem solving would be to take a math class, but at Birmingham Southern, we allow our students to take classes that are truly interesting to them, so they can take a class that's not math, but still fulfill the creative problem solving component. At Birmingham Southern, we are on a 4-1-4 schedule, which means our students take 4 classes in the fall, 1 in January, and then 4 in spring. The one in January is called Exploration Term, or E-Term. During that time, our students focus on one experience for the whole month of January. So it can be something that's completely unrelated to their major, or it can relate to their major. All students are required to do at least 2 E-Terms. The same is true if you're coming in as a transfer student. You're still required to do those 2 E-Terms. And a big question that a lot of transfer students ask when they're looking at Birmingham Southern is, will my credits transfer? I like to tell all transfer students that if you've taken coursework at an accredited institution, your credits will transfer over. We have a very special academic advisor here that looks at each individual transcript and lets each student know what will transfer over, what will count towards their degree at Birmingham Southern. And then another question that transfers ask is, how long am I going to be here? As I mentioned before, each term is required for at least 2 terms. So you will have to be here for at least 2 years. So all students have a minimum of 2-year residency because you have to do those 2 E-terms. You also have to do a senior research project, and your time at BSC is going to be different than someone else, depending on how many courses you have that are coming in and what your degree may be. But in short, expect to be at Birmingham Southern for at least 2 years. We definitely have a lot of internships and opportunities available for our students. A great thing about Birmingham Southern is that we provide internships for all of our students. So coming into BSC, we're located in Birmingham, Alabama, which is the biggest city in Alabama. So it's the home of hospitals, law offices, media firms, news outlets. So we definitely have connections with the working professionals in Birmingham to help our students get plugged in and engage. We definitely have student life at Birmingham Southern. I know this year has been anything but normal, but we managed to have a normal college life. We were masked up, we social distanced, but we still had fun on campus. We actually have over 80 plus student organizations, so it's really easy to get involved on campus and get plugged in. So our application is actually free. I love telling students that sometimes an application fee might discourage them from applying, but our application to Birmingham Southern is always free. To apply, we would just need the BSc online application and then the college transcripts from every college that you've attended. There is no minimum when coming in to transfer. You don't have to have an X amount of hours to apply. If you've been in college for a semester, you are a transfer student. It's not required, but it's encouraged to write an essay or have someone write you a recommendation. And then you'll also see the transfer scholarship grid. So if you have at least a 2.79 GPA, you are eligible for a transfer scholarship. If you're at a community college and you are part of PTK, there's also another scholarship for that as well. And this is the estimated cost of attendance. So just what it would cost to attend Birmingham Southern. You'll see on the left-hand side, the resident cost if you're living on campus. But if you want to commute, you'll see that cost listed on the right side of my screen. This does not include any scholarships or any grants or loans that you may get with the FAFSA. If you have any questions, please contact me. I am also the transfer coordinator here. I've also listed Professor Kim Lewis on here as well, as she's our degree audit specialist and director of academic advising. She's so helpful and is willing to answer any question that a prospective student may have. And we would love for you guys to follow us on social media at BSC Admission. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sydney. All right. Next up, we have the University of South Alabama, which is Kathy. Go ahead, Kathy.
All right. Let's see right here. I don't know why it's coming up awkwardly, but my name is Kathy Fisher. I am from the University of South Alabama, commonly called South. The University of South Alabama is home to about 15,000 students. We have over 100 different academic programs on our beautiful 1,200-acre campus here in historic Mobile, Alabama. Of course, we are located on the Gulf Coast, and you can visit a white sandy beach in about 45 to 50 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my stuff here. So that is what you're looking at is our bell tower. It is the tallest bell tower on any college campus in the state of Alabama. Our transfer requirements are just almost identical to almost every other four-year school that you're going to go to, except Alabama Southern, apparently, or Birmingham Southern. You're going to have a 2.0. We are going to require that you have 30 hours to transfer in as a transfer student and not require oh, so sorry.
There we go, Kathy. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, y'all been just looking at me floundering around over here.
You're totally fine. No, you were doing great.
Well, thank you so much. Are y'all seeing the big bell tower there on your screen?
Now we are.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very, very good. Oh my goodness. All right. So again, the University of South Alabama is a fairly young university. We have a lot of newer buildings. We have spent the last decade building some really amazing state-of-the-art facilities here that I think most students would enjoy. Utilizing our health sim lab is amazing. We have a beautiful engineering building as well. As I said, we have over 100 different academic programs. Recently, we were SACS accredited for an undergraduate degree in marine science. And so we're super excited about that. That is going to be an amazing program where we'll be using the Dolphin Island Sea Lab quite frequently. Also, while transfer students aren't required to live on our campus, we do have beautiful residential halls available for that. Plenty of dining, just like on any college campus. We've got a few Starbucks and a Chick-fil-A, so that life is good there. Campus life, we are so excited that we will be in person this fall. So we will get back to doing those things that we love, tailgating, football games. It's going to be wonderful. We have a brand new stadium, the Hancock Whitney Football Stadium, that we're all anxious to get in there and cheer on our Jaguars. As you can see, we are a Division I Sun Belt Conference school. The cost of the University of South Alabama is extremely competitive. The value that you get here is just quite simply amazing. You will see here a year of living on campus and being a part of our everyday life here is going to cost you between $18,000 and $21,000 a year. We give away over $25 million in scholarships to incoming freshmen and transfers. The best way to fall in love with the University of South Alabama is to come see us. We have an amazing campus. It is shady and beautiful and part of the Azalea Trail here in Mobile. So we would love for you guys to be a part of that. We are South. And we would love for you to be a part of South too. So if you have any questions, please feel free to call, email, text our Office of New Student Recruitment.
All right. Excellent. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, take care. Sorry about the issue with the screen share.
No, that's totally user error. So
no worry. Nicole, go ahead.
Awesome. Let me share my screen there. All right. So I am Nicole Bryant. I am the transfer and adult admissions recruiter at Kennesaw State University. We are located just about 45 minutes north of Atlanta. We are made up of 2 campuses. Not sure what that means. Okay. There we go. Now you can see me. But
I don't think we can see your screen yet, though. There is.
You can't see my screen.
No.
Why not?
Sorry about that. You should be able to share it, though. There you go. Perfect.
Now you can see it. Okay,
now we
good.
can see it. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. All right. So we are the 3rd largest university within the university system of Georgia. We have about 41,000 students enrolled at KSU, and they are enrolled in 150 different degree programs housed in our 11 colleges located on our 2 main campuses in both Kennesaw and Marietta. We have an incredibly active student life. We have over 300 student organizations at KSU. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. everybody. We're also an incredibly diverse university with students from 96 different countries around the world calling KSU home. And of course, my number one favorite fun fact, we are currently ranked number 5 in the country for our dining facilities. So if you like to eat, KSU is definitely the place for you. Now, of those 150-degree programs, your specific major is going to determine which campus you call home for your college career. So the Kennesaw campus is our more liberal arts campus. So if your major is housed within the College of Education, Business, Humanities and Social Sciences, the College of Science and Math, the College of the Arts, or the Wellstar College of Health and Human Services, then you will call the Kennesaw campus your home. Located just about 20 minutes away from our Kennesaw campus is our Marietta campus. And our Marietta campus is our more STEM-focused campus. So here you'll find the College of Architecture and Construction Management, the College of Computing and Software Engineering. You are going to see 2 repeats here. We do have 2 colleges that are overachievers, and they like to have majors on both campuses. So our physics majors within the College of Math and Science, and our apparel and textile majors within the College of the Arts, as well as our Southern Poly College of Engineering and Engineering Technology, are all housed on our Marietta campus. So to be considered for transfer admission, it's very comparable to what you've already heard tonight. We do require at least 30 transferable semester hours worth of coursework and at least a 2.0 cumulative GPA. Now, if you're transferring from a school that was on the quarter system, that equivalent is 50 quarter hours. Now, we do calculate a cumulative GPA based on all coursework attempted from every prior college you've attended. So if you've been to more than one, then we will look at all courses that you've attempted. If you participated in dual enrollment in high school, we will factor those in as well. And those 30 transferable hours do need to include the completion of both English 1101, which is your freshman composition course, and Math 1111, which is college algebra or a higher level math. So if your specific major requires pre-calculus or calculus, that'll satisfy that requirement as well. We do have a pretty basic application process. You'll submit your application online, and then we will need individual transcripts from every prior college that you've attended. They do need to be sent directly to KSU from your prior colleges, so they can either be sent hard copy through the mail to us, or you can submit them electronically, which is what we recommend. That's the fastest way usually to get those to us. And you see the email address there, ksuadmit@kennesaw.edu, to go ahead and send those transcripts electronically. You can see you do still have time for to apply for either the summer or the fall. That is an old slide. Obviously, we are past August 1st, and that application is definitely open. If you would like to be considered for admission for the summer semester, you do have until May 1st to submit your online application and your needed transcripts. For the fall semester, you have until June 15th to submit that application and your needed transcripts. Please do not wait until those deadlines to start your application or get those documents into us. The earlier you can submit everything, the better. We do have a rolling admission process. So typically about 10 to 15 business days, once we have all of your documents, you'll have your admissions decision. We do have a wonderful website for our transfer students. It's our one-stop shop for all things transfer, transfer.kennesaw.edu. You can see from here, you'll find our What Transfers tool. So if you are interested in seeing how your credits will transfer into KSU, make sure you click that What Transfers button. It'll take you to our online portal. You can also find the link here. You'll also find information for credit by exam. So if you have AP or IB credits, or if you're interested in taking CLEP exams or FLATS exams, you can find that information there as well. If you are current active duty military or a veteran, you can find information about having your joint services transcript evaluated through the military transfer credit link. And if you are an international student or have studied abroad, you can find information on having those credits evaluated as well. You can also get information on visiting our campus. So if we click on the Take a Campus Tour, you'll come right down here. We are having in-person campus tours as well as virtual tours as well. So make sure that you come see us. And then please make sure that you follow us on all the socials. You can find us everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And also please make sure that you reach out to me. I'll drop my contact information in the chat with any questions you have. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nicole. All right, Kelsey, you are up.
Hey everyone. All right, my name is Kelsey Olive. I am the Assistant Director of Admission here at SCAD, and we will get started with a short little video.
I'm driven to create.
To be expressive.
To collaborate with only the best and across disciplines.
If you have an outlet like the arts where you can be in these other worlds and imagine anything, growing up in the arts, I've seen it change people's lives.
There are things happening in our classrooms where students are actually reimagining their own education in the way that we communicate with each other.
What is that next step for them? How are they going to make those contacts with their future employers?
During my time at SCAD, what was so magical was that it was this hot pot of creative people from different types of majors that could influence each other.
I would say my two greatest lessons that I learned from SCAD were learning the structure of the industry and the strong work ethic, but I think you really hone those skills at SCAD.
I am the creative director of Christopher John Rogers. Growing up, I always knew that fashion was my passion. Ew, gross. Okay, wait.
I absolutely love SCAD.
I love SCAD too. I love it more than John Krasinski.
Hey, bees.
Hey, SCAD.
Hello, SCAD.
Extremely bright, smart people who love creativity, fashion, design, art, film, telling their version of their own story.
I am an artist.
I am a performer.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Storyteller. Thanks to SCAD, my future as a creative professional is real. It's happening.
You are the next incarnation of this beautiful planet that needs design, that needs beauty, that needs your mind and your spirit and your energy, your power, your unique voice.
Because you have something unique to say.
This is SCAD.
Anyone who asks me about colleges in US, all I say is SCAD. Don't even think of anything else.
Okay, so we'll get started with a little numbers game for you. So right now we're sitting at approximately 15,000 students from all 50 states and over 100 countries. We have more degree programs than any other art and design university in the United States. If you combine our majors and our minors, it cultivates into over 100 degree programs, that being over 40 majors and over 75 minors. We do a 10-month study on all of our spring graduates. So we're still waiting on those numbers for our 2020 because we do graduate at the end of May when some colleges graduate at the beginning. We are on the quarter system, so we're a little different. But of our spring 2019 alumni, 99% were either employed, seeking further education, or both within those 10 months. And of that 99%, 91% were employed in the creative field that they went to SCAD for. So no starving artists. Both of those numbers actually went up from the year before. So we are on a good trajectory path for our alumni. You saw him in the video, this guy in the red hoodie. He is Christopher John Rogers. He is one of our esteemed alumni. He is a fashion alumni, and we just love Christopher because he uses his SCAD family to his advantage. His entire team at his CJR label is made up of SCAD alumni. He actually also employs SCAD alumni to walk for him in his New York Fashion Week fashion shows that he has participated in twice. He also won the 2019 Vogue Fashion Fund Award, which is a $400,000 award to put towards his fashion line. Most recently, he has dressed Madam Vice President Kamala Harris at the inauguration. That purple outfit, that was a creation of his. He's also dressed Michelle Obama, Lizzo, Zendaya, Lil Nas, and Zendaya twice, actually. I was trying to think of someone else. There is someone else, but it's escaping me right now. So at SCAD, we champion a small class size. You will never have more than 25 students in every class that you take during your time at SCAD. No matter if you come in sophomore year or junior year and beyond, you will never have more than 25 students. Don't be surprised if in your major classes, like your senior year, you only have about 8 kids in your class with you. That's just the way it is. We love that small class size. You really get a good personal feel with your professor because you're in there for 2.5 hours. So twice a week, total of 5 hours a week. We are on the quarter system, so you do have classes that last for 10 weeks versus a little bit longer in a semester system. But it usually comes out pretty great in the wash whenever we are accepting transfer credits from a college that does have the semester system. So we'll talk a little bit about our locations. We do have a campus in the heart of Midtown Atlanta at the intersection of I-75 and I-85. Right now, that campus is sitting at about 10 buildings. It grows up and not out. We recently broke ground on a twin to one of our current residence halls called SCAD 40, and we recently purchased 2 academic buildings about a block away from our main building that was home to a business college that was in Atlanta. We recently acquired those and are currently gutting them and scadifying them. Just a side note, we are open for daily tours at Savannah and Atlanta. If you come to the Savannah campus, I might be the one giving you a tour. They've plucked me from my desk to give some tours here and there, so come and join me. We also have our permanent study abroad campus in Lacoste, France. You are in Lacoste for a quarter, so 10 weeks at a time. You can go up to 3 times if you do not change your major at SCAD. So we send majors that are alike at the same time so they can collaborate. I say if you don't change your major, meaning if you totally move from animation to fashion design, then yeah, the quarter when your degree program is supposed to go is obviously going to change. So you might get more time in Lacoste if you do something like that, but it doesn't usually happen. A lot of our students do come into SCAD being undeclared. And then of course our Savannah location, we have over 80 buildings across downtown Savannah, all of them historic. They have beautiful histories. They have all been, as I call it, scadified on the outside and inside, and they all just have a beautiful story to tell. I really enjoy going into all the buildings. And then our e-learning platform, we've had e-learning for over 12 years now. It is great for students who do internships because a lot of times companies don't really take into account your school schedule. So instead of putting a pause on your classes at SCAD, you can be an e-learning student and do your classes asynchronously, meaning not during live class times. Just get your work done whenever you can, of course, before due dates, and you can stay on track to graduate during an internship. So we do give admission preference to students with a 3.0 GPA. If you have 27 class credits coming in, then we usually will not ask for any more supplementary materials like test scores. We are test optional for our high school juniors and seniors right now. So it's reflecting pretty seamlessly onto the transfer students as well. But at or above a 3.0 GPA is at automatic academic scholarship dollars. You do not have to have a portfolio for admission to SCAD. It is purely for scholarship money. I highly suggest looking at the different portfolios you can submit and submitting one. It does not have to match what you want to come to SCAD and study. So I do have a promo code I'm going to pop in the chat as well as all of my contact information. So that will go in on step 7. So you will do complete Number two, you can complete your application with the help of your personal admission advisor. They are all mostly based in Savannah and Atlanta, but they are territory based. So they are only working with students. One person's only working with all of the Tennessee students. So they know all of the state scholarships that we can accept because we are a private institution and can usually pull money from state scholarships. Whereas if we were a public state university, obviously we would not be able to do that. But that is just one of the perks. And then, of course, come visit me in Savannah. I am reside in Savannah. I'm on campus all the time. And then, obviously, our Atlanta campus is open for daily tours Monday through Saturday. And then connect. Keep in touch with your enrollment advisor. I am there to answer any questions you have. We also have great student reps that love to answer questions and answer things from the student experience. But all of your time at SCAD, whether it be 3 years, 2 years, it is going on to just create a wonderful career for you. So I'm going to pop some info in the chat, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. All right, Ashley, you are up next. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Herman. I am our Assistant Director of Admissions here at Mercer University. I am located about 2 hours south of Atlanta in Macon, Georgia. I'm going to talk to you a little bit not only about the Macon campus. Here we are located on the traditional undergraduate campus in Macon, but Mercer continues to serve several regional centers as well. We have our working adult programs that offers many different majors among our Henry County, Douglas County, as well as the Atlanta campus and online programs. With our traditional on-campus programs here in the Macon campus, those are the programs that I will serve. If you're interested in participating in one of our working adult programs or potentially our online programs, I would be happy to help connect you with our Office of Working Admissions. Feel free to chat me or email me. I actually put in the chat box my email address, and I also included in that chat box several different helpful links to help you along the way. One that I find incredibly helpful is the Program Finder. It's a really dynamic tool that allows you to search over our 65 different majors and see at which locations those majors will be available. For example, if you were to put into that Program Finder that you were interested in one of our engineering programs, you would find that engineering is only located here in Macon. However, if you were to look at our nursing program, you would find that pre-nursing prerequisites are available throughout our working adult programs, as well as here in Macon. But our actual nursing program is located on the Atlanta campus, and we do accept transfers directly into that program. Our nursing program is unique that you do not have to be accepted to the university prior to applying directly to the nursing program if you've already completed those prerequisites. So that Program Finder is incredibly dynamic and super helpful in locating not only which majors we have available, but where you will be studying if you search for one of those majors. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the admissions process here in Macon. We do have about 3,400 undergraduate students here in Macon, so very small programs, about 13-to-1 average class size, faculty to student ratio with about 22 average class size. Because of that very small class size, we have been able to remain in person since the fall, and we will continue to serve in person as well throughout the next semester. So we are at Mercer, we really focus on hands-on experience. For some majors, of course, that will translate into research opportunities. We are very proud of the undergraduate research that we are available to offer to students. We focus on offering those opportunities to students. Many of our students are continuing on to receive a top-level recognition, including Goldwater Scholars. For the past 2 years, we've led the nation in Goldwater Scholars. So we're really proud of our students being able to take advantage of those opportunities. And that really stems down to the relationships that our students have with faculty members and staff members here on campus. Another really big part of Mercer University is service, not only in our local communities here in Macon and on the Mercer campus, but also in Georgia and going on in globally. We do have traditional study abroad options, but we even have a one of our highlighted programs is Mercer on Mission, where students can actually study abroad, do about 3 to 4 weeks in country and 2 to 3 weeks here on the Macon campus. My favorite part about that program is it's very accessible because Mercer actually pays for that study abroad opportunity. All that students would pay for is the per credit hour rate for taking that course. That of course you would be paying for if you were in a seat here on campus. So that's a really great opportunity. If you're looking to transfer, our transfer admissions requirements are based on how many credit hours you have. If you have less than 30 credit hours, we would need your official college transcripts, high school transcript, and test scores if you apply with test scores. But of course, we are, as of this year, test optional. So if you apply and decide to waive those test scores, you certainly can. If you have over 30 credit hours, we waive your test scores automatically, no matter your application. In that case, we would just need your college transcript and high school transcript. And then after 60 hours, we don't need your high school transcript at all. We only need your college transcripts. So I also included in that chat feature the link to our transfer admissions website. There you can find not only those admissions requirements, but more information about our scholarship opportunities. We do have transfer admission scholarships starting at a 2.5 GPA, and those increase from $6,000 to $12,500 a year. Though we are a private institution, we do accept federal aid, state aid, and Mercer aid as well. So a lot of really great opportunities to be able to make Mercer affordable for you. One of the key things I like to remind transfer students about is now is the best time to get started. For transfers, many different types of financial aid, of course, registration, and even housing is first come, first serve. So I would love to be able to connect with you and help you get started with that process.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. You are all welcome to turn on your cameras now, and I'm just going to ask a few questions of everyone, and we can do round robin style. So sorry, I have not unmuted myself. Sorry about that. The first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? We'll start right from the top. So that will be Jake.
All right. So my advice for transfer students is to plan early. And also don't be afraid to talk to us admission folks. I mean, that's why we're here, is to answer those questions and guide you through this process. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. I know we may be faces on a website, but at the end of the day, we're people too. So we're happy to answer those questions, but definitely plan early. And I think we can all kind of agree on that one. Just make sure you're planning these things well in advance. Yes, we deal with last minute situations, but if you can plan early, then it makes things 10 times smoother when we start to go through that process.
Excellent, wonderful. Sydney.
I would say don't be afraid to look at your options and be open-minded. So when you're looking at one school that it might be your dream school, also be open to other schools as well, because you never know what other opportunities are there available for you.
Kathy.
Tour the school you're interested in. I know you're a transfer student, but be sure to go and take a look. We actually have at the University of South Alabama special tour campus tours. Transfer campus tours, and so we want you to take advantage of that, because we understand there's a little bit of difference between our incoming freshmen and our transfer students, and we want you to experience the school. So absolutely tour those campuses.
Thank you, Nicole.
I would say get involved as much as you can. KSU has over 300 student organizations. All of these other schools have tons and tons of organizations for you to get involved with. Chances are, if you're interested in it, someone else was too, and they probably started a club for it. And even if you only have time outside of school and work for one organization to be a part of, join that organization. It's going to help you feel a lot more connected to the school that you've transferred to.
Kelsey.
I would say ask the enrollment person that you are talking with at every college that you are looking at transferring to, what are specific scholarship opportunities for transfer students? Sometimes they are not given because maybe students didn't turn in something that would qualify them for it, but they also weren't made aware of it just because a lot of enrollment people juggle a lot of students at a time and maybe it just fell through the cracks. Hopefully not, but always ask what are specific transfer scholarships that I could apply to and what do I need to do that and what are those due dates, just so you have that on your radar and could hopefully be awarded some extra money because you don't want to be left out of any financial scholarships.
All right, thank you so much. So our next question here is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? Jake.
Yeah, we actually just had ours last week. It was Honors Week, which culminates at the end of Tapping on the Mound. But basically the first Friday in April, known as Honors Day, we induct students into different senior honor societies, and they are quote unquote tapped on the mound. Our mound here on campus is a grassy landmark that is rising above the ruins of Franklin Hall, which was a building on the campus of the university, but was burned during the Civil War. And so grass has slowly grown over top of that, but it's a really great opportunity and a special day for our students. And it's been a tradition since literally the early 1900s. And honestly, every year it kind of expands more and more. And over the, like I said earlier, it's now Honors Week. It was just an individual day, but now it's spilled over into an entire week's worth of programs. And typically that Friday, the day of the actual Honors Day, and the time the event of Tapping on the Mound is occurring, there are no classes that day. So that's also an added benefit to all of that. So pretty cool tradition we have here at the university to celebrate academics.
Thank you, Jake. Sydney.
Yeah, my favorite event at Birmingham Southern is the ringing of the bell tower. And so right before our students graduate and leave BSC, they get to go and ring the bell. So that is something that our students look forward to when they come as a freshman, because they know senior year is coming, and not only are they graduating, but the ringing of the bell just kind of marks the end of their time at Birmingham Southern.
Excellent. Kathy, sorry.
Hey, very similar situation as Sydney. Of course, as I said earlier, we do have the tallest collegiate bell tower in the state of Alabama, and we have a similar tradition where the bells are rung and our students have an opportunity to purchase a plaque that goes on our bell tower. So that's a great tradition here as they graduate.
Nicole.
So my favorite event that happens at KSU actually occurs on our Marietta campus. It happens after Halloween every year, and our intro to engineering students have to develop either a catapult or a trebuchet for our pumpkin lunch. So after Halloween, all of those leftover pumpkins, all of those engineering students have to try to launch them across campus as far as they can. And it's a huge competition. It is incredibly fun. You don't have to be a KSU student to participate. So if you're in the KSU area a little after Halloween, make sure you check out the Marietta campus for that pumpkin lunch.
Kelsey.
So every spring we have our Sidewalk Arts Festival. It was the first festival, like we call it one of our signature events that SCAD put on back in 80 to say hello to and welcome. We are here to Savannah. So if you've ever been to Savannah or have seen pictures, there is a large park in Savannah called Forsyth Park with a very white ornate fountain in the middle. It's about a 2-mile long park, and every single square of concrete during the Sidewalk Arts Festival is a work of art from SCAD students across majors and disciplines. We also have an alumni section and a local high school student section, and it's purely just sidewalk art, chalk, and water. And I attribute it to Mary Poppins. You feel like you could just jump into these works of art, and what's so incredible is they can just be washed away by water and rain, which we usually get around the springtime here. But that is my favorite. It's our longest standing tradition and everyone's favorite, including the locals.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. One last question, and it's one of my favorites. Give an interesting or fun fact about your school. Jake.
I know that everybody turns on the TV and sees ESPN and they know all about our athletics, but I'm not going to talk about that. I think one of my most favorite interesting facts that we have here at the university that not a lot of people know about is the fact that the University of Alabama was the first engineering school in the state of Alabama. And then also we were one of the first 5 in the entire country. And we became an engineering school, quote unquote, back in 1838. So we've been doing this for a long time now, but I found that to be very interesting for the university. And it's one of our many programs, of course, but it's a very fun, really pretty cool fun fact.
That's fascinating. Great. Sydney.
Yeah, so at Birmingham Southern, our college is actually located on a hill. And so when students become a student here, if they decide to enroll, we welcome them to the hilltop. So BSC is kind of known as Birmingham Southern College and Hilltop.
Kathy.
Hey, yeah, we here at the University of South Alabama, we host the Azalea Trail Maids. They have a long-standing history of being the welcoming committee for the Mobile area. They participate in the Thanksgiving Day Parade. And so if you ever see these very colorful as young ladies dressed up in these antebellum style dresses, those are the Azalea Trail Maids, and it's a long-standing tradition here in Mobile. They actually were a part of President Obama's inauguration, so they have a deep tradition here at the University of South Alabama.
All right, Nicole.
All right, so I mentioned this before in my quick facts, but KSU is ranked number 5 in the country for our dining facilities. We have dining halls on each of our campuses, and then across both campuses, we have 14 different retail fast food options for our students to choose from, including Chick-fil-A and Moe's, and of course, Starbucks, because while we are very well fed, we are also very well caffeinated.
Sounds good. Awesome. Kelsey.
Okay, I'm going to bring up the rear with 2. So our current president is President Paula Wallace. She is actually our founder. So she has been in her position for over 40 years now. She started it all. She was an elementary school teacher in Atlanta, sold everything, and essentially started a college. And also our interior design program has been ranked number 1 by the Design Intelligence 15 years in a row. So that is an incredible program, among other programs that have been recognized globally, but that is one that we really, really love.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. That wraps up our virtual college fair for the day. Thank you all for joining us. After you close this window, you'll get a very quick survey, which is 4 questions that'll appear. Feel free to sign up for more sessions that are happening today, and this recording will be available at strivescan.com/Tennessee. Thank you to all the panelists, and y'all have a good evening.